This Skid Row, we just saw the Guerrillas beat down the Thieves, and it's not like it's a good thing. The Thieves are the worst team that we have in Hardpoint. They make that one look easy. And on the opposite side for Vegas Legion, the only one that they have is versus the best Skid Row team in the game, and that was OpTic Texas in a dominant fashion. So here we go into map number 1. Both of these guys trying to move on.
Yeah, big banger stat right there, especially talking about how good OpTic have looked in the past. First couple of seconds, good for LAG, but Vegas trying to break their way back in. Good for a handful of eliminations. Fame now the last one standing, trying to hunt down a couple of kills, and well, it's Astro who beats them into the picks, and that'll be enough for LAG to continue to hold on one.
Yeah, this is a good P1 start for LAG. They start off on the preferred side, but you already see it. Vegas Legion, they were able to cut their losses, hit that early rotation, and for both of these squads, if you win that rotation and you're set up properly, you're going to find a lot of time on this hill. But 50 uncontested seconds at P1, Vegas better make up for it right here.
They're getting a lot of zone presence over towards this backside at crates. Really well done here by Vegas. We talked about it in our first matchup. If Vegas rotate well, they're going to find a lot more success in the hard point, and obviously that seems to be the mantra here as they will open up P2 with a great setup around the hill.
And they had so much time to set up, so it can be easily broken. They've created a lot of layers. You also have Standy watching the repitch over towards Tunnel. He's in a one-on-one gunfight, but it all falls into the hands of Narrow and Attach. Watching the crossover from the junkyard side. First initial 2 gunfights go to the Guerrillas, so they have the numbers. They just have to apply that pressure.
Good help from Purge over the top. Attach also just kind of working his way around, and there is the full clearance. Purge, okay, you know, start. That'll help the KP numbers just a touch. 30 seconds tallied for Vegas, with still more to come as LAG already on rotation towards Mural.
That's what I'm talking about. You set the rookie up for some freebies. We know how difficult it is to break it towards Pete, so you hit down Tunnel, he's gonna pick you apart, but Narrow not slowing down. Had a phenomenal series last series, continues with the beat down on the Diamond Con, and Vegas right back into the game. The early rotation to P2 works out, and Narrow just continues to win these close gunfights. Eventually does get cut down by Assault, but it's gonna be the Guerrillas winning the rotation towards next.
These opening 20 seconds of every hard point are going to be likely where this map is won and lost. LAG, when they get into a setup first, they are 100% successful when it comes to holding. They have never been broken on this map in particular. That would have to be the case once again. And as we have a 59-59 game, here come Vegas trying to set up their first break.
At least Vegas right now currently have top mid control. This is exactly where you want to apply that pressure. Double stun out, throw your frags, throw everything that you can. And make sure we go for some team childs. The nades are going to have a couple people weak, but Astro and Fame combined for 2. Assault with the 3rd. Last player's attached. He does get out with his life, but he can't break the hill by his damn self. So we got to wait for some teammates or hit that rotation.
First hit been swatted away. Late attempt from Attach, pushed aside as well. Diamond tallies the kill. 20 seconds, and you've already got Fame setting up over towards New, and Vegas look like they want to try to hit this for scrap. They've got apartment side control, so why not? Really well done as Vegas will get the last 15 seconds and have a chance to 50-50 battle for Kitchen.
Yeah, this is a good 15 seconds to walk away with. You don't want to give a full 60 hold at P3 to the Guerrillas, but now they have every single player in control of Barbershop. You're also holding down God Steps, and you know all the pressure for Vegas Legion is coming through the back end. An unfortunate team kill. It's gonna at least even up the numbers. You talk about the trade battle. Here comes Purge, the rookie, starting off 7-1. He had 24 kills all of last series. He's already paying a big debt already in this hard point.
Quick little reset, and I'm sure at some point Attaches holds him down, says, yo, we got you. Just play the game. You know you're able to play. Here comes the full focus from Vegas, trying to get through this contest time here in the middle hard point. Attach, last one standing, taken down, and that will be enough for LAG to get past the 100-point mark. 30 seconds remaining as well, and once more, LAG kind of splitting their focus. 2 players at old, 2 players at new.
And LAG are doing a great job, though, because they're gaining the junk time. Unfortunately, they get broken right there. That's a big play from Vegas Legion, because if you lose that 30 seconds, you allow LAG to get fully set up towards the next, but it's an all-out battle off this rotation. A 2v2, now it turns into a 1v1. The rookie finds one. Does he find the positioning of Assault, because he's taking his sweet time into the back crates?
Yeah, Estriel just kind of floating through Garage, does escape by surprise. LV looking good for a potential break, but Assault is pinned up, and Diamond Con assists as we head on over to the new hard point, and with that, an LAG listen in.
I'm sitting close to the center corner close to the maybe.
He's probably not. He's probably not. He's on pretty good.
Take it dead. I want.
For sure. Yeah, tunnel out.
Window. First window.
Dash. I don't want. He crossed. First one to there.
I just one garage.
Gotcha. I heard top thing. Okay.
I got one top lounge. Backing up.
Yeah, someone team shot the cross.
Still cross.
Team shot it.
He's inner side.
Hydra.
Shell there.
And garage. He's on the right wall.
On the right wall. Purge.
Got him there. Nice. You like Røkkr. Just get new.
It's 35. Light attached, not weak. He's just great. Nice, too. First one, Eli there.
Weak top mid. He's challenged. Fire. He's
I'll
close
go
fire.
garage, just
In the hallway. Yeah, got me hallway. He's went back in the fire. One guy is 6 steps.
Check point for 6 steps.
He's already in. He's a window. My bad.
I tried out.
Window, I see. Zig late, Zig attached. Zig attached.
Yo, one guy on window and a hole already. He's gonna tell me fire.
Fire, we fired it. Absolutely.
I got him. Good one back alley.
Kill one back alley. Zig's open. You have my window up?
Yeah.
Keep looking at the bench.
In mid steps. You see?
Steps. The third shot bottom mid.
One ticket.
Another one mid steps, I think.
He's one shot. Nice. Good.
We're here.
He's on the other side. You got him.
Nice. Give me another one.
On your long.
Huge shot.
I'm gonna roll.
Couple of scary moments at the end of P5, but hey, LAG on rotation to 1. Good buffer around the zone, and now they're growing their lead to pretty exponential margins.
Yeah, they've dominated the P1. That's basically 2 full 60 on that P1 HP, and now Vegas Legion again are in a situation where they have to get a great hold at P2 to get back into this one. You have Assault with the SMG in hand. He usually has a hand warmer, but the SMG still works. 4 in a row for Assault, the world champion. Now you have 2 players from Vegas Legion off that rotation, so they are properly set up again. You cannot afford to get broken.
Purge playing all the way at the back of the map has been seen. Help from Nero over the top. Wall bangs are connecting, and LAG find the first couple of kills. Vegas in a little bit of trouble, but Attach makes space a little bit through tunnel side. Now it's just down to the 50-50 long-range battles as we fight over P2. And with Vegas reinforcing from tunnel, Nero's just stayed alive. Don't get shot. Just make sure your teammates are the first ones to make contact.
Yeah, we can't scam. If you are Nero, you got to wait for your teammates to watch those crosses. All of his teammates fall. So now everyone from the Guerrillas are trying to find a way on in. Just got to get past Nero. He cuts down 2. Teammates come off spawn. They get the rest. They need to be a great hold from Vegas Legion to get back into this game. They get another full 60. So it's basically 170 to 180 going back into the P3 where the Guerrillas were the team that initially dominated that hill.
Back and forth tug of war so far. Now the rotation starting to stretch. Assault last one left for LAG over towards New. Help starting to come over towards the middle part of the map, and the kills are good for the Guerrillas. That'll be enough to get them set up into position. Standy though, he wants to go without any support, just trying to make it happen himself, but Fame finds him from behind, and that will set up the hold for Guerrillas.
And now if you are Vegas Legion, you have to hit a route. We know that we try to take top mid, but they were ready for that push. So this time we have Nero going in a super deep pinch all the way around apartments. Everyone trying to attack from Laundry side. Wow, you have Standy potentially pitching from the front. No, they're all going to hit through Laundry, and LAG should be able to read this play.
Everyone focused in on it. Estriel just making sure no one's over towards mid. As Diamond Con will be first contact backside stairs. Trophies largely deleted, but still a couple that still exist. And for Las Vegas, no one's committing. And everyone's just kind of sitting here in the back. Couple of kills come through, and yeah, there's Purge. Finally starts to get himself involved, but it's not quite enough for an initial break. Follow it up by Standy. That's good for the scrap time if he can hold it.
Sort of good for the scrap time. There's still Guerrillas players all around this hill. They are contesting this hill to the very end, and they find the kills to find the final 15. Going to put them at about 225, but potentially end the game at Barbershop. But Vegas Legion this time around, they're going to be the team here early. Purge is in a crucial position, but not having a trophy here could play dividend in this situation.
Yeah, that decision for Guerrillas to hit the scrap time forces Vegas to have to soak every single second here and also rotate. So huge leader's advantage for LAG, but the opening kills for the Legion looking solid. Here comes the next hit. All of it coming through the topside staircase. Attach can't get any nades to hit. Does he know how many players are here? No, just runs right up into the threat of things, and that'll be enough for Legion to largely be pushed aside, although Purge, another double. Nero follows up, and the break is in. Keep your eye. Attach is already on rotation as well.
This is the perfect play right here if you are Vegas Legion. As long as you don't allow the Guerrillas to get into the point, you win the rotation over towards next. Now they can no longer win it in towards the Barbershop. If you are the Guerrillas, you have to make a decision. Do we fight for this chunk time, or do we try to go for the break at New, standing with a huge one-on-one to walk away with this remaining junk time? He has another one in front of him. He takes down Fame as well. Vegas Legion have just set themselves up to bring this game back and potentially walk away with the W.
Clean rotation for Legion, and this is taking a ton of time for the Guerrillas to make their way off the off spawn all the way over towards crates, where Legion are 100% set up and waiting for him. First kill decent for Estriel, but can't make any further progress beyond it. We're at 235, 227. Here comes the break.
And you gotta go. If you are the Guerrillas, it's all about these kills right here. You have to find a couple, but that's a clean 3 dead. Vegas are looking like they're gonna take map 1.
Last attempt to be from Diamond Con, and he's pushed aside. 6 in a row for Standy to finish, and how about the 22 and 13 from Purge? Vegas, huge bounce back and a crucial map 1 win.
That's exactly what they needed, man. They had a perfect game plan on that map. I know it was a little bit scary in my opinion. You give up 2 full 60s at P1 and you rely on that P2 hold time after time. But let me tell you, young Purge, what Nameless said, he's about to have a master class. That's a master class of a map number 1. 24 kills total in his last series. He drops 22 and 12 in this hard point for Vegas to go up 1-0.
I don't know what Nameless had for breakfast this morning.
I'm telling you, he's on point, man.
He's called everything to this point. Yeah, there's the total numbers. Wow, it's just such a huge, immediate bounce back. I mean, there really wasn't much time between Purge playing his last series, taking a little bit of time throughout the last overall match, and then coming back into it, but this looks like a brand new guy.
And it potentially comes down to the decision that the Guerrillas made at that P3 HP. They decided to send 3 players on that hill, get the final 10, but you give the free rotation over towards Vegas. And now you have to flood through top mid. You have to hit through tunnel to try to find an opening. They cannot find a single kill. When you don't find those kills, you allow Vegas Legion to now take more ground and then eventually flip those swans with a perfect setup at P5. That's well played, well executed out of Vegas Legion to come in with a perfect game plan by playing these close range maps with those SMGs in hand. But the young man Purge is going to play like that. That's the guy we've been waiting for.
100% it is. And it's just really awesome, I think, just to see him go back and rewatch it, how Purge was moving around the map. Yeah. It's one of those, hey, my subs are already forward hitting for scrap time, so I'm just going to take the easy rotation, set up, get into the hard point, find some easy kills. If my SMGs are already in rotation, I'm just going to lock down exit routes. It just seemed much more comfortable in terms of how he was positioning across the map, and it helps that he was able to go from kill to kill a couple of different times to be clutch for his squad.
Yeah, that was just good stuff, man. Overall from Vegas Legion. Like, the fact that they were swapping hills. It was blow for blow in the beginning of the game, but where they needed to make the adjustments was that barbershop hill. That barber to that P5 chain. The fact that they had the perfect setup. We have attached it in top P2, a player playing slow towards back crates, but they found the first set of kills, and then at that point, it's 235. LAG are all swanning on towards back alley, so they're hitting that panic button. We gotta go. We gotta try to win a World Star gunfight, and unfortunately, none of the gunfights went their way. So take a look at the game flow. It's basically back and forth between both of these squads, but at the very end, Vegas was the ice in the clutch up.
I mean, look at the second rotation. From 180 to 110, 250 to 227. It's just absolutely electric.
And that's the decision that they decided to hit P3.
Yes, sir.
They send 3 players at the old hill, and unfortunately, it comes back to bite them. Now they are down 0-1 in this series, and they are relying to beat a team like Vegas Legion on a map like Invasion Search and Destroy, where Search and Destroy for the Guerrillas has just not treated them well all season.
Yeah, agreed. And it's really interesting because from the attacking side is where we're really going to maybe find the differences between these two squads. Because statistically, Jay, both teams have found success on offense, especially in the First Bloods. It just comes down to converting those rounds. That hasn't necessarily been as comfortable.
Yeah, and for LAG, what is it, like 3 and 13 on their attacking rounds?
Yes,
they are good at finding the first kill. But when they find that first kill, there's only about 25 seconds left. That means you're playing really, really slow on these attacking rounds. When you find that first kill, you put all the information, all your eggs in a basket, and then at that point, they just collapse on you, make sure the bomb doesn't go down, and you lose the round. So I'm feeling if you are LAG, you did just win this map earlier, all the way in a 6-5, but with a phenomenal play coming in out of Fame, finding a 3-piece, it needs to be a lot quicker on your attacking rounds.
And I think on top of that, both teams have had a lot of reps now to kind of look over this map, just on this weekend in particular. But here are those S&D attack metrics that we were kind of looking at. Again, overall, you look at the second rank at the bottom for LAG, and you say, hey, that's great news. Problem is, they are not winning the rounds. So 19 and 33 overall, but a lot of those losses coming on the offensive side. On the flip side, it's kind of been in the middle of the road for Vegas overall. They get the bomb down a lot, but they're not holding the post plants as well as you would like to see.
Yeah, you definitely need to set up properly around these post plants. And I know it's not easy on a map like Invasion. There's so many different angles that you have to apply pressure on, or at least watch over while you're trying to work these bomb sites. But if I'm Vegas Legion, up 1-0, you take that opening hard point, I'm super confident going into this map.
Big time.
They have an overall record of sitting at like 1 and 3. But the 2 of the losses that they had, they were up 5-2 on this S&D. They know exactly what's going on in Invasion. I feel like the guy that we have to watch for the Vegas Legion is definitely Standing. He gets 1 kill, he always plays around Cafe, and he always gets out. Alongside Nero, who obviously had himself one hell of a performance in S&D last series.
And we pointed at Nero a lot, and kind of statistically, before that matchup versus Miami, saying, where has he been compared to what we had seen maybe in years past? But boy, I'll tell you, he definitely showed up at the Search and Destroy versus Miami, a key win for them there in that 3-0. Can he follow up alongside Standy to maybe continue to dominate in the First Bloods? Opening contact already made through mid-map, but for LAG offensively, nothing gained, nothing lost as we set everything up over towards B-hit.
And this is one of those rounds where the Guerrillas, you don't have any trophy sims to work with. You don't have to be worried about that. We can hit this bomb instantly and just make sure we use our tags to get information. They're just slowly working their way up, and then that leads to Nero finding the first blood.
Nero also gets away.
Oh my.
Nearby for help. Lots of damage, but no further kills confirmed. So we go to an early 3v3. Purge backs up to be the sole defender over on the B side, and the rest of Vegas stacked at mid will eventually isolate over towards Assault. We got a 3v2.
3v2 now. Guerrillas, only 45 seconds left on the clock. Diamondcon and Estriel trying to find some kind of information of how Vegas are set up. You get a little bit, at least an attach, holding that back Hegelich, but with only 35 seconds left. You have to commit. This is the objective.
Smoke will come through. Hit on the way, Purge repositioning, and everyone's lost each other. Estriel snuck through, but it doesn't make a difference. Purge just completely threw a monkey wrench into that offensive hit. Everyone thought that they were going to be over towards Tractor, but a quick transition keeps him alive and enough for kills to come through for Vegas to get the round.
Yeah, it all starts with Nero finding that first kill. Even though the trade comes in, you see Assault. He was slowly trying to work his way up 8th Street, but Standy's not going to leave anything open on that side of the map. He takes him down, and in the 3v2, just beautiful team shots, beautiful crossfires, set up from attacks to keep Purge alive. And then Purge finds the final. Vegas take the first.
Big opening for Vegas again, looking at how these first kills are going to transition and what timing maybe now on the opposite side will LAG start to get maybe more aggressive on the defensive front. Two players aggressively in towards B. Everyone else mostly focused on this A street as Vegas have just kind of held back and said, we don't want to get tagged by any nades. Let's keep the information blank.
Yeah, early into these S&Ds, it's all about the fill-out rounds. Just seeing how they like to set up around this S&D. What's their go-to setup? What's their bread and butter? And already 30 seconds knocked off the clock. No information has been gained. So they must be playing nice and slow towards the back of the base. All right, at least Purge is able to spot Assault towards the left side of the street. Now this makes an opportunity where that bomb is going to start to rotate, but it's all going to fall into the hands of the player that's on the site. Fame, what can you get done in this position?
And do they know that Fame is still playing as close as he is? Assault does back off his angle with this elongated gunfight over through A Street. Fame sees the smoke come down, plus also the trophy, gets the first turns, and
he got him.
Onto Nero. Okay, bomb still in hand, but we go 2v3, favor to the Guerrillas.
Standy slowly working his way up the middle tank. With only 30 seconds left, can he find the timing? No, he cannot. Diamondcon takes him down, and now it's attached left in the 1v3. Bomb's gonna be placed down towards the middle of the map. I know he's got some tremendous clutch ability, but this one looks like it's chalk.
Does get the first one pretty cleanly and pretty quickly. Slides forward, grabs the bomb, gets away, but is there enough time for him to actually get over onto the bomb to plant? Looks like that is not an option anymore. Or is there? No, not quite. And that will be enough for LAG just to stay alive and take their first round as well.
Yeah, it falls into the hands of Fame, though. He knew that all-out pressure was going to be in towards Cafe. The fact that he's able to walk away with 2 before getting traded, that's a job well done. The crowd loves the hand warmers. Mr. Adam Assault, he's always got them in his hands. So they tie the game up at 1. Back to the attacking side they go. I just think, like, if you're the Guerrillas, nothing has worked. The slow play has not worked.
Agreed.
Let's speed it the hell up.
Absolutely. We kind of saw them do that a couple of times versus Thieves earlier today, where they just, hey, let's just run at them. Worked out pretty nicely. Lots of team focus here for Vegas off the spawn right through mid-map. A couple of tags, a couple of hit markers, but once again, largely speaking, everyone for Guerrillas safe, and Nero getting aggressive. Finds first blood into Diamondcon. Now the B side of the map is just completely kaput for LAG.
Yeah, you can't go that way. You're going to waste too much time trying to locate where Nero is playing, so we have to put our commitment over towards the A site. That's why Attach is going to reposition himself. He knows he's the only player on this side of the map. You want to play your life and give as much info as you possibly can to your team. And it's already 35 seconds knocked off the clock. Standy's still holding down that mid tank just in case it gets a little freaky. No one's going to be able to get that bomb down for free.
Yeah, no chance. And the ability to wrap is out of the question. Yeah. It's been so long since Nero found that first blood. You don't know if he's all the way back in towards top broken. He could be at blue. He could be really pushing Mannequin at this point. You just don't really know. So LAG have to commit to the safe play. And it's not going to feel very comfortable. Play coming forward as they try to isolate Standy, but his tags will push Estriel back, has himself smoked, and eventually he gets taken down. LAG are stuck.
Yeah, Estriel knew right there. He was the bomb carrier. He drops the bomb. He said in a 3v4, I got to go try to make something happen. And unfortunately, comes back to bite him. So now a 4v2 with only 20 seconds left. The Guerrillas are not even close to the site. Fame gets cut down. Assault now left in the 1v4. Hand warmers ain't going to help you here. Vegas take the next.
Yeah, I love that call from Vegas. Again, just getting proactive, trying to keep the tempo up just a touch, force this LAG team to have to make tough decisions. And that's when we've really seen, again, even though their first blood situations are usually pretty good, they find themselves still trying to manipulate, maybe be a little too cute with rounds, and Vegas don't give them a chance to get first bloods that time.
It's just the way so far that LAG are playing. It's a lot separate. It's like so much individual play right now. You're just forcing these players to win these one-on-one gunfights. If someone is there to trade Nero, you're able to make more plays on the map. But the fact that he gets that kill, stays alive in towards Treehouse, you have not a single opportunity to even wrap back back or even consider that B site. So Vegas Legion coming out swinging early on the defensive rounds, just getting those first bloods, but back to the attack they go.
Quick hit over towards DVD. Fame hitting from one side, Estriel the other, but Standy keeps his composure, slips over. Fame in trouble, but does take care of Standy before the drop shot was there to punish. So we go 3v3, and now LAG have kind of taken a page out of Vegas's book, completely dominating B Street.
And now you're in a situation where Vegas Legion, you have a bomb control. No one's going to be close towards the site, and Attach also wins a one-on-one across the map on the late pincher. But instantly moves to 3v3, is now a 2v1, all left up to DiamondCon.
Pushing forward, is going to catch Purge out. There's the pistol for one, but can't quite get under cover to take the second gunfight. So here we go, a little bit of a tempo switch for both teams. Aggression, though, for LAG, matched by Sandy, just keeping his cool on DVD.
Yeah, they might have heard me, like, say get aggressive, but
Yeah, sure.
I wasn't talking about the defensive side. I was talking about the offense. Unfortunately, they lose the trade battle in the beginning of the round, and then when the playmakers try to make plays, you walk right into the pre-aim of Attach. He knows exactly what you're trying to do and just trades efficiently towards the very end of the game. And he's also 5-0, so Attach is 1 kill off our under the cruise missile.
Yep. Really good start. Attach has been putting on a masterclass in Search all day.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Love to see it. Here we go again. LAG. We hit him on it. They are struggling on the offensive side, and boy, they are going to need a round somewhere, somehow. This time it's aggression from Vegas on the A Street. 3 players stacked. Fame going to find first blood. Car also explodes, so Attach has to get out to keep his life and hopefully still earn this streak.
And with that first kill on Tenero, now you should gain the information. We just killed the guy that loves to push out towards Røkkr, so they're all trying to wrap back and push up the B Street, but Attach is able to catch Fame. He earns himself a cruise missile, gets some more info as well, and at the same time he's doing that, look at the positioning that Purge was able to take.
He gets so aggressive. I think he saw Assault on the cross and sure does. Finds the kill for free. Now a little bit of help from Attach as he gets 7 in a row. Last player left is Estriel. 1v3 scenario, 43 seconds on the clock, but a lot of work to be done before he can even look at a bomb site.
He's got the bomb, but he gets cut down. Vegas Legion, they are taking advantage of what the Guerrillas are giving them. Even with Nera getting first blood. You saw LAG, they were sitting there like, wait, who do we just kill? Oh, that's the guy that likes to play broken. We can go over towards B. So they drop all strategy. They try to cross to the middle of the map, and Attach makes them pay for it. Once he gets that kill, everyone starts to slow down, and then Purge pushes up aggressive through Treehouse to find 2 on the round. That's 3 in a row for Vegas Legion.
I need to know what the pep talk was to Purge after the first series. Like, brother, we got you in Miami.
It can't get any worse, brother.
I mean, it could have been, but the thing is, it's not just he's performing. He's playing with so much more confidence, getting aggressive, moving around the map. So now you've got a 4-1 advantage. LAG are miserable on attacks, generally speaking. This is a must-win round for LAG. You have to have it.
You have to have it, man. You can't allow Vegas Legion to go up 5-1. And Fame going to be the guy to try to make it happen as he finds the first blood onto Purge. So you have the rest of Vegas Legion slowly approaching their way up towards this B site, but you probably think Attach was thinking about that cruise missile, but with that first blood going the opposite way, we're going to have to try to get this done with our guns.
And remember that Fame got that kill so quickly up the middle of the map, so Vegas feel like they're probably trapped here to go to B. They have no idea that Estriel's playing this close corner because the only defender they know about is DiamondCon deep on Tractor. So can Estriel open up with the defensive first blood? Standing the first one to cross, shots come through. Now Vegas know he's here, just comes down to can they isolate and find the kills they need.
Vegas knows it's a 3v2 in this situation. Attach finds one, but now you have to take care of Estriel, and they're not even going to go for that child. They're going to wrap back and try to isolate Assault. Only 13 HP. He's able to wiggle out with his life, but it's only 25 seconds left. You got to get a move on it. Nero gets cut down. Now it's all up to Standy in the 1v3.
Clean shots at distance from Fame. Standy is stuck between a rock, a hard place, and a harder place, just due to the fact that LAG are all surrounding him. But Standy will get free info here onto Assault. Quickly finds the kill. Whoa! He's going for the assassination. Didn't hold the button down long enough. And Assault says not so fast.
Let me tell you right now, these guys play every day. You should know you cannot assassinate someone when they are a little bit taller than you on the map. And unfortunately, the 1 down doesn't work, but you know them hands from Assault. They are definitely warm. 2 punches right to the chest to take down Standy.
Brother, this is gonna be...
Oh, man.
Nah.
It's okay. It was a 1v3, right?
You see Assault's Cammy's like, what is that guy doing? Okay, so the round comes through as you said it needed to, but the big key is LIG still need to find a way to win an offense, and that will help. Estriel first blood shuts down Nero's opening aggression through DVD Alley.
And I think if you are Vegas Legion, we don't have to continue to be so fast on defense. We know how slow the Guerrillas play. We can't give them free first bloods. Now you're forced to clutch up another 4v3 scenario. where you have everyone spread around the map, but 2 players from the Guerrillas working their way up towards Broken. Eventually the rotation is going to come in from Assault, so the play might be, let's go over towards B.
And Burge is pretty committed into this position. Doesn't really have a free backup. He gets the Tractor, and there is maybe a chance where Attach can bail him out of the Cruise if the hit is confirmed. Nice shots from Purge, not able to finish off Fame, but lots of damage tally. Now Standy, possibly the next one to get involved if you're playing up close and personal. Attach is also rotated in, and Purge has kept his life the entire time. LAG absolutely stiff-armed back.
Even with them finding the first blood, they're too slow on their attacking rounds, and Vegas Legion set up properly with the crossfires. They only drop 1 player. Everyone else is set up around that B site, and they find all 4 kills to now put them at game point.
And that has always been the problem for LAG. Another confirmed first blood, 4v3, still don't win the round. It's getting to a point where it becomes almost inexcusable as Vegas now in prime position with the cruise missile still in the back pocket to clean this search and destroy up.
Yeah, and I think if you are Vegas Legion, the play call has to be, let's use all of our attacks, at least watch the cross over towards the B bomb, because that cruise missile is going to vacate that site.
Yeah.
We can get the bomb down for free. Let's just all 4 stack that right side of the map.
Well, the setup is pretty much exactly as you'd call it. Trophy system being deleted. Really well done here by Purge. So you've got Estriel in the danger zone, playing over towards Tractor. Cruz gets called in. You see the rotation underway, and okay, just in the nick of time. That Cruz doesn't quite confirm it. He kills it. Actually, behind that, DiamondCon still is able to lock in first blood onto Standy. Problem is, bomb's being planted.
Oh, and DiamondCon works his way up through the smoke. I thought he was Batman for a second. He finds a second on the round, and it's instantly a 4v2. Narrow and Attach. Left to try to clutch on up. Just playing it slow, seeing if the Guerrillas are going to scam. Anyone's going to go for a chow, but no one is peeking.
Nero's going to have to be the one to make the play, and DiamondCon just laying prone over the top of the vending machines. No worries there, and then Estriel at range finishes things off. So cruise missile out of the pocket. Good kills coming through, and a flawless round for LAG. Sees a 5-3 tally hit our boards.
They stay alive a little bit longer in the search and destroy. They withstand that cruise missile coming in, and DiamondCon finds 3 on the round. Didn't matter. On his belly, standing up on top of a soda machine, he was going to find every kill in front of him. Every time we see Adam Assault, we know his hands are warm, chat. We know. We know. You guys love this guy. I love him too.
Here we go. A lot of work to be done. That was one of 4 rounds in a row they would have to have. And it still keeps in mind that they got to find a way to win an offense. DiamondCon on 3. LAG, 3-man hit over towards B Street to start. Trophy to keep them safe from any incoming nades, and it'll be a pretty methodical look over the top of this B site.
And I love the setup right now for Vegas Legion. They are forcing the Guerrillas to go out there and execute a bomb plan. They're not going to give up any free bloods. They're just going to let this time wind down and then put all of their resources over towards this B site. That's where the Guerrillas are slowly approaching, checking all the corners. You don't want to find Narrow on a cheeky angle. They're so far away from this B site, just watching this cross. You have to take advantage of what you get.
And it looked like LG already spent their smoke, trying to maybe bait Vegas out of any forward defensive positions around B, and obviously that hasn't worked. So here we go, Estriel. That will be the play call. DiamondCon is seen, stun over the top, Purge following with the frag. Is there a trophy here for this? It's well placed. They stay alive, but a lot of damage tallied, and the smoke dissipates, and there's no move here.
And now they're all trapped. They're literally all trapped, and at the same time, you have Assault slowly working his way up through A. He's hand in hand with Attach. If he can find a time and open up a kill, that's even better, but DiamondCon starts it off with the first. Assault with the island play finds the second. Now we should get this bomb down for free.
Purge again, getting a lot of damage dealt, but no, not this time, and 2 flawless rounds now back-to-back for LAG. Hold on a second, let them cook a little bit.
Remember what I told you about this Vegas squad. They love themselves some invades and search and destroy, but they have had 2 different maps in 2 different series where they were up 5-2 and they lost this map 6-5 because those mid-game adjustments just came in better from the other team. And slowly but surely, the Guerrillas take their first attacking round of the map and are still alive in this search and destroy. Into the round 10 we go.
What do you call here if you're Vegas? You found a lot of success up in the tempo, trying to get a bit aggressive. Do you hold on to that? Or is this going to be one of those, again, we don't want to give any intel. Let's wait for nades to explode first and then make our moves. Bomb carrier moving over towards the A side of the map. Both ARs watching opposite angles, though, for Vegas.
Yeah, we know that Attach is always going to be the island player watching that deep flank. He's relying on his teammates to get something done over towards the A Street. I don't know if they know the positioning of Fame. Assault's putting down good cover fire to keep Purge at bay. But Fame again in position to be the playmaker.
Lots of nades from this freezer area thrown over towards the courtyard. Fame hasn't seen this yet, though. Hero snuck forward. The timing here could be everything, and there it is. Fame for first blood. Pops up, trying to get a second, but not needed. 4v3, Domicon here now to assist.
There's only 45 seconds left, and now you know where the play is going to be. That bomb is down towards the A site, so Vegas have to recover it. Standing getting a couple shots on him, but he's able to stay alive for now. Purge finds one, makes it a 3v3, but you had to take down Domicon. That's such a big kill. He would have potentially earned a cruise missile, but was just a 4v3. Is now with 3v2. Vegas can win it here.
Salt in trouble, has to kind of back off, just value his life. Astral trying to rotate over, but this is laborious. And they're gonna have to go A street on this. There's just no chance to break down that mid-tank position. So here comes the play. Assault over the top, sees Purge. A couple of shots land, but it's Standy on top of the bomb site to get the final two needed. And it'll be a 6-4 little late game heroic from Standy to confirm this and put Vegas up 2-0.
And I know Vegas was definitely a little bit nervous as that game started to come back, but they grew themselves such a phenomenal lead that they were able to close out by making a couple minimal adjustments in that final round. Even with Nero getting first blooded, they found the trade onto Fame. But then they took mid-map control because the rest of LAG were basically in the back of their spawn.
Yep.
You have to play more aggressive. You can't leave your teammate out to dry by himself because no one's going to be able to trade in that situation. You put more Vegas players on that side of the map, they come out on top in the engagement because they have the better positioning. And now Vegas Legion walk away with the search and destroy. We know it's been a struggle for the Guerrillas, but they definitely had an opportunity to win that S&D. And now you're down 0-2 in the series.
7 first bloods for LAG. Not enough to convert into, especially, again, the offensive round.
Yeah.
So it's becoming to a point where we are very clearly seeing what's going around with the LAG offense and search and destroy. On the other side, though, once again, another solid map for Purge, and that may be all Vegas needs to be, not just possibly, but they're going to be cemented as a top 6 team if they find a way to close the series out.
That is insane to say, man, because we looked at this roster. They were 1-6 going into the event. I know they played a lot of tough teams, but still 1-6 is 1-6. Purge has stepped up tremendously in this series. Now they're up 2-0, one away from a top 6 place.
Control, though, coming up next on High Rise. It has not been a beacon of success for Vegas, but there are caveats to that sentence. So hang on. We still have a lot of potential COD to be played in our last match. We'll be back with the High Rise Control right after this.
Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
Tune in throughout Major 1 this weekend to earn awesome in-game content. You can rock the Frostbite Blueprint, charms, emblems, calling card, and get XP tokens. Be sure to link your account now to start earning.
Oh my god. All good. That's on me. I died quick.
Offense.
Not a good look. Let's go.
At least we know the reactions were just about the same across the board for both players and people across the world. But hey, welcome back to Boston. We've got a 2-0 affair favoring the Vegas Legion, who continue to surprise us. But the biggest piece of surprise so far is that Purge has showed up and he has elevated this team to another level.
He came to play, man. He came to play this series. He said, I know you guys took care of me in the last one. Probably the worst series I've ever seen an individual play, but they still won it in the 3-0.
Yep.
So now he's like, all right, you guys can relax this one. I'm going to pick it up for you. And he's been doing it the first 2 maps so far. That's why they find themselves up 2-0 with ease. And now you're going into a control where Control really hasn't treated Vegas well all season long. It's been their worst mode, but they've been sneaking out a couple wins here and there. We saw it in the last series. It was on Invasion versus a team like Miami, who are usually steady on that map, but the one rep, the one W that they have on this map is versus the best Control team that we have in the game, and that's Toronto Ultra. That's not easy, though, because you're playing against this Guerrillas roster where this is their best Control map.
They're bread and butter when it comes to the map 3 overall. The thing that was most impressive, though, about this Vegas squad in their invasion earlier today was, hey, you didn't just win an offensive round, you won it in a round 5 on Invasion. So maybe there's a little bit of extra sauce brewing up for Vegas, but the problem sitting in front of them will be Assault 1.07 KD. He's been great for LAG, and in particular on this map, it continues to be, like you already mentioned, a star-studded affair for LAG, who will be starting things on the offense, and they're going to wait out the nades to start. Nero getting aggressive with the scaffolding, and that will lead to a pretty heads-up, elevated defensive setup.
Yeah, LAG, they're #1 in their attacking rounds and also #1 on defense, so this is their go-to. So we started off the Vegas Legion on the defensive side, and I really want to pay attention to Purge. Like, this is a map where he has been struggling in. He's overall in control, and the way that he's been playing, if he can step up to shut down the AR on the opposite side, he's in for a great series.
Really good recovery here from Nero. Opening defender towards the outside of Propane. Now the sole defender inside of B. Fame making a mess of things down low, and then the follow-up from LAG will surely have them sprinting over to the B zone. That's 4 dead, and that's the double stack for LAG.
Now, if you are the Guerrillas, you know everyone is coming off spawn. Just have to watch these windows. Don't let anyone slip out through underground. And at least Attach is able to find one. Nero's there for the trade. So first segment already complete at the speed point, but he reads it perfectly. Big kill coming in from Frame to keep that time going.
Nades over the top, starting to land with trophy systems being depleted, but the focus from Fame, perfect. 6-0 start. An early cruise missile going to be tallied up. Second tick of progress locked, but those nades eventually do land, and Vegas have a chance to try to recover if they so choose to.
Yeah, Vegas definitely have the opportunity. They have heli pack control. They also have mid-map control, so the success is going to be here. And Attach, even with the AR, he finds another kill. Last player up is going to be Diamond Khan. Now everyone coming off spawn. Let's just hold our preems and trap them in as long as we can.
37 seconds on the clock. Everything resets with now Vegas setting up an aggressive line of scrimmage. Attach able to trade out Assault, so once more, no motion happening across the map for LAG. And where's the focus going to be? They have no opportunity to get towards B, and off spawn, everyone's looking over towards the safe zone, which is fully covered.
Yeah, it's multiple players from Vegas leading, waiting for this push to come through, but finally a couple kills go in favor of the Guerrillas. Able to open up that B Street point, get on towards the B point. Stop the game clock at 14.2, but Standing winning that one-on-one, still in a position to make something happen. Guns Fame off spawn, that's now 3 dead. Last player up gets taken down, and Vegas Legion don't even allow the cap to get completed at B, and they're holding strong on their defense.
Just in the nick of time, 5 seconds remaining. Fame, maybe the last Gorilla that could possibly even touch a zone. That seems to be the case. So, wow, great recovery from Vegas after what looked to be not only once, but twice, almost a confirmed zone over towards B. Key kills come through in Vegas, now up big with their opening defense coming through.
And the good thing for Vegas is that they were the team on the defensive side first, because early into these attacking rounds, you don't have any trophy systems to work with. So even with them going in early 4 dead, they were bombarded on the way back off spawn with those nades and frags. So they were able to break right back on in and not let Guerrillas out of their base for a little bit. Only allow 2 segments. Now Vegas Legion up 1-0. To the attack they go.
Here we go. See what happens on this next attempt. It will be all 4 members for Vegas coming out looking towards A to start. Nades from Guerrillas, mostly focused over towards the B side of the map. Aggressive route being hit by Estriel, and he's already looking to get deep in towards the Vegas spawn. Should be able to get there, and, whoa, actually does get a little bit of contact with the Tatch, but the initial hit for Vegas largely squandered off the get-go.
Yeah, they were just a little bit too scattered. Standy was hitting the out route to try to hit the jump up on the ace point. But he finds one and doesn't find anything else, so teammates all off the reset. 26-26 in lives. Remaining bid nade coming in from Assault over the top edge. Already 30 seconds wiped off of the game clock, but you see the positioning for Purge. He sneaks on by. Yeah. Can he find a couple spawners for free?
FaZe has seen one player sneak, and that was Purge. So the intel does get converted on. Standy tosses the Semtex, then immediately swaps back over to find the kill. 24 playing 24. 38 seconds on the clock, and again, no real look here for Vegas onto either zone with much focus. There is an opportunity to get over towards A, but everything's traded out, and the clock continues to tick.
And that's already 3 dead. Last player out is going to be Purge. So what can you get done, young Rook? While your teammates are trying to fight out of the base. So slowly working his way up through on the ground and walks right into Astro, but he wins that gunfight. So Vegas have some mid-map control. They can pause the clock by hopping on B.
Yeah, but it's a desperate attempt. 17.8 seconds of the clock. Purge, last one alive. Diamondcon, one off from a possible cruise missile. Purge gives him a chance at it, but FaZe able to tally the kill beforehand. Long-range shots also decent, but not enough to, again, confirm the cruise missile. So one small silver lining, but that is a dark shade of silver here for Vegas, who continue to struggle on the attack, not just on this map. We heard it from earlier before. They don't really average many tick progression points when they're on offense, and they're maybe about to come away with nothing here in their first offense.
Sandy's trying to keep the game clock going, and leads to at least his teammates still having an opportunity to get on the B point. Yeah, the crossfire is set up. Purge is now the sole man there. He gets cut down, and Guerrillas respond with an even more dominant defense, not allowing any segments to go the opposite way. They tie it up at 1.
1 in 5 in attacking rounds on this map are the Vegas Legion.
Not good.
Not good. But like you mentioned, hey, their offensive success didn't stop them from beating Toronto when they played this map, so who knows? Maybe there's something to be said about their defensive success. We'll come to find out. But so far, huge advantage for LAG just off the tick progression for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, they're up by 2 segments, and keep in mind, FaZe earned that cruise missile early in round number 1. So if they try to win an attack, that cruise missile will play a big part. As they go back to the attacking side, Vegas Legion got a couple trophies down this time. They're going to be ready for that B Street push, and Arrow finds himself in a nice little spot, but it's the rookie. Young Purge finds the opening 2.
Long range, hard gunfights versus Assault and Diamondcon. Now near over the top, able to find Fame, no worries. Trades do come through for LAG, so not put into the spawn trap, and actually a free route. If they want to get over towards A, another follow-up gunfight from Diamondcon now turns the numbers in favor of the Guerrillas.
Yeah, and Vegas Legion, they put a lot of focus on this B Street shot. They want to shut down this pressure, but the rookie came to play. Another 2-piece at this B Street. Now you know where the last 2 players are. Narrow finds 1. Estriel information now gained. We have to take him down. We don't want him to be a nuisance in the back of our spawn and force it to be a lot more difficult to get out of our base as the rest of his teammates are slowly approaching up the B Street, but you got to run into the rookie who's holding it down on that side of the map.
Big gunfight win there for Estriel. This is going to make life difficult for Vegas, trying to not just get off spawn, but also know exactly where LAG are trying to hit as the focus starts to develop over towards B. Diamondcon for the double. That'll get LAG on the point. Clock stops at 30 seconds. Estriel still in the back line. There's kill number 6, so now 2 cruise missiles tallied for LAG, and the hit still underway at B.
Already 1 segment complete, but it's Purge again. He slides right into the hill. A nade over the top. Takes him off of that B point, and the only farthest player puts up is Estriel. You take care of him, that's a clean 4 dead. Vegas Legion just have to hold strong for the next 20 seconds because you're only down by 3 seconds. You can get that done if you need to going into the next attack.
Last attempt here for LAG coming out of spawn will all be over towards B, and Vegas are ready for it, or should I just say Purge is ready for it again. Right down elevator alley. He's not losing gunfights. 17 and 11, 3 in a row. Diamondcon able to sneak on the beat, at least stall the clock out, but Standy's on the hunt, and Standy will get what he's searching for. Last attempt for LAG, not going to make any headway towards B, and Vegas go up with a defensive round again, 2-1 up.
So many clutch 2 pieces on that right side street by Purge. I can't believe, like, the turnaround he's had.
Where was
talking
this?
about a .4 in his last series. To come out here and lead his entire team in slaying and damage, he's having himself one hell of a performance, but none of it matters unless you walk away with the W. And now you find yourself up 2-1. You're down by 3 seconds. If you want to have that defense, you just got to complete 1 of these points because you are currently outslaying the Guerrillas. If you are Vegas Legion, that has to be your focus. Let's get this objective done.
At a certain point, you kind of have to think that after that series versus Miami, as a player, you do one of two things. Seeing that you kind of almost costed your team, you either say, man, I need to figure it out. And do you have no confidence? Or you say, wait, my teammates are nasty. And I'm going to come in flying with them. And it seems to be the latter here. 4 in a row for Purge. Patience here for Vegas on their offensive attempt, although all eyes are set over towards the B zone. Astro, Nero kind of dancing with one another a touch. And it looks like eventually Vegas will be forced to jump on into the zone, which Nero will do first.
Right into the B point they go. Just counts about these gunfights. The first 2 go in favor of the Guerrillas. So now the rest of Vegas, you gotta slow down. Gotta keep yourself out of your base, and that's what Standy's trying to do, but some bad COD timing there. Turns at the wrong time. Estrio takes him down. So now a new game plan for Vegas Legion. Let's try to attack towards A.
Just not finding any success though. 5 lives down, just 2 kills so far for Vegas. Attach trying to make efforts over towards A, but Fame takes care of both contestants. No worries whatsoever for LAG. 33 seconds on the clock, and Vegas just not really finding much ground to work with. It's going to have to be pretty one-dimensional again, but a couple of the kills do open the door.
That's a big 2 kills to start it off. Now you open up that B Street pressure. You still have a couple players around. Hey, if they could have won those gunfights, you're even in a better position, but at least you're able to pause the game clock. Can you withstand all the attacks that are going to be used to try to break into the hill? Sandy finds the first, but he cannot find anything else. It all falls into Attach. He does take down one with a pistol. Nero's going to be there for a trade. Huge one-on-one. It goes in favor of Nero. Vegas got a segment complete.
They're just so far away, and there's no trophies down to keep Nero alive. So back over to A we go. It's just passing of the baton, if you want to call it that. Feels more like you're just tossing horseshoes, seeing what lands. As LAG once again clean up the over threat at A. Back over to B we go. And it's again, it's tug of war. Little seesaw between both zones as now Standy drops and the clock continues to grind away as Vegas are down lives here as well.
Still 20 seconds left though. You have Diamondcon trying to decap that progression at B. Now most of the players around Vegas are at this B point. Just have to win this next set of fights. These gunfights are going to decide if you're going to win this map or not. Trades are abound. Second segment does come in. If you complete this 3rd segment, you're in a great position. That's 3 dead. All 4 dead now. Attach is still alive. They have an opportunity to extend this time.
Nero quickly through the middle of the map here to make sure the double stack is in, and Fame's going to call it a cruise missile here. That is going to be an extra 60 seconds added. Getting aggressive as Estriel, and behind the cover of the cruise missile, he will tally a couple of kills. So back to 5 lives go the gap between LAG and Vegas here as we have 60 seconds to play, looking for the A cap for Vegas.
And it simply comes down to kills right now. And just looking at the tallies, Guerrillas are currently outslaying. If you are Vegas Legion, you complete 1 segment, you're going to guarantee that defense going into the last round. But here we go. First person on the point is going to be Purge. He gets cut down. The trade is there from Nero. Now Nero's going to just try to finesse, try to make something happen in it behind enemy lines, but all of his teammates drop. He's the last guy.
You have to have a supreme amount of trust that your teammates off spawn can find these kills and find them quickly, but no one's taking care of DC. 2 kills in a row, Standy last one remaining. He will be quickly dealt with, but at least there was an extra bit of progress coming through. We're going to head into a round 5.
Now Vegas Legion have to do what they did in their last series and figure out how to beat one of the best defensive teams on this map on an attacking round. I think it all starts with their start off, man. I feel like in that previous attacking round, they were just playing too slow. You allow the Guerrillas get pushed up on the map, and then if those gunfights don't go your way, they're already in your spawn, putting you in a nice little spawn trap. So it has to be a lot quicker if you are Vegas Legion. Let's get out. Let's try to use our gun to trade efficiently.
We said the same thing about Invasion as well, right?
Yeah.
First couple of offenses for Vegas on Invasion were just real messy off the get-goes, but they figured it out in round 5. So, hey, throw it all away. Can you get it done when it matters most? Round 5 we go. And maybe you look to Standy to be the guy to step things up, just 12 and 20. That is a very uncharacteristic for him in control. He's going to take the rogue route under towards blue. Long-range shots from Estro with the rival 9 clean. As first blood's tallied, and the LAG defense over towards B holds very nicely.
And that's another slow start off. It's already 3, make it 4. Now Nero's the only player out, and he gets cut down. So now Vegas Legion in a situation where this is not going to be easy. We have to get out of our spawn, but we also have to pause this game clock. So we don't want to let the time get away from us. They're slowly working their way up through underground. Trades are abound, but it's still LAG in a better position because they are on the defensive side. They're trading efficiently. You're spawning all the way across the map, and the game clock doesn't pause until you get on a point.
Finally, Nero able to tally a kill for Vegas. Little push through for Standy. Opens up maybe a route through mid-map. Fame by himself. Just on the scaffold, the rest of Vegas making their way from spawn on towards the B zone. It stops at 30 seconds flush. Diamondcon over towards Elevator Alley, working with the Salt. Now the focus has to go back over towards the zone. Nero up top, saves a life. Estriel off the pitch, and it will be even trades. 1v1 possibly for the zone here. Standy pushes through, finds the kill, and we stay at least somewhat locked in as Vegas making progress at B.
That's a big kill, but Standy's just waiting for the reinforcements to come in, and now no. Estriel, time to invest that cruise missile. Nothing connects. It actually goes off the map, so the contest is still going to be here at this V point. You have V street control as well if you are Vegas Legion. We win these fights, we still have an opportunity.
Looking for information on both sides. They know Fame is somewhere in the zone. They just don't know exactly where. Here come the kills. Now it's just if you can find Fame. Last player in the zone. Fame gets a double. Trying to piece things up for a 3, but not going to work out. Standy keeps the progress alive. Working with the Tats. We're going to get a second tick of progress. Do LAG try to reclaim the zone?
They do, because they have those tacks that are hitting everything. Everyone's one shot. Everyone is stunned. You just have to find a couple kills. They take down attacks. They take down Standy. Now Purge is able to slide right back on in and complete that extra time. So now they have a minute left, 12 to 15 in lives remaining. If you are Vegas Legion, you can't go for dead.
You've got one player deep for LAG and Assault, just making sure no one hits over through blue. With the rest of Vegas kind of behind Purge, maybe trying to push this through B Alley. Purge is going to get all the way around the back. There are members for LAG looking for this, but that's going to be a split focus hit as now Vegas make their play.
And this is where Purge can make something happen. Just have to find a kill, and he finds the right one. Now you can turn around, go towards blue. That's now 3 dead in the feed. All you have to do is take care of Estriel, and they do just that. Now it's on Purge, the rookie. How long can you hold them in the base? He finds the first. Throwing a little shimmy here, puts shots out into the second, but that's already 2 segments done. They're gonna win it.
It's on to the third tick. It's double stack. Nades are landing, though. Fame's able to take down 2. It's just attached. Last one left inside the zone, and he's hurt. He will be taken care of. 35 seconds and counting. Third tick of progress being depleted, and LAG have re-won the kills.
1 trophy gets the job done, but Vegas did not have any. So now it has to be another clean 4 dead. You get that, the stack comes in, and you close out this series in 3.
It's all about if LAG from across the map can get a read on this. 2 for 1 goes the exchange, but Nero gets on to stop the clock. Third tick of progress coming swiftly. 2
Gotta
players
move.
arrive. LAG have to move. There's only 1 player inside the zone. It's Estriel, but a team then comes through. Clock continues to tick. Progress getting depleted, but attached could possibly still save the day. Tough gunfight, but the contest is in. He's the last one standing and cannot stand tall enough. LAG will send this to a 4th map.
Man, that one got scary, Alan. That one got scary. Vegas gave themselves an opportunity. They got a clean 4 dead. Purge was able to put himself in a position to get a couple spawn kills. He was only able to find 1. But if Vegas Legion had a trophy system in those final moments, they were going to close out the game in 3. Just attack usage from the Guerrillas off spawn, nade, stun, everything bombarding that propane tank. Fame gets the first 2 kills, and then attached left by himself. He gets cut down. Just more lives on the side of Guerrillas to hold strong on their defense, and they stay alive in this series. Now down 2-1.
I thought we were going to get another round 5 hero moment, I'll tell you. Wow, 35 and 23 from Fame with 6,200 damage. Mercy. So big hold from LAG, keep them alive. And now we start to kind of consider what this could do to reset this series as we look to a map 4, which is going to be played on Karachi.
And the Karachi is kind of scary, man, because if you look at Vegas Legion, they haven't played this map in quite some time. The last time they played it was all the way in week 2 of our online qualifiers, and they got steamrolled by the Carolina Royal Ravens for the reverse sweep to even start happening. And it was all on the back of Playster. They beat them like, what, 250 to 120?
Yeah.
They got bombarded, and they haven't played it ever since then. So it might look like they've been getting smoked on that map, but when you don't play a map for quite some time, you best believe these guys are practicing on the back end. So them at least having a strategy they had in map number 1, we're living and dying by our SMGs. They're going to do it again on Karachi.
But talk about the clutch chain here from LAG. I mean, we talked about their search and destroy woes. That continued to be the case, but playing to their strengths, LAG have really shown us that that's continuing from the online phase here to what's happening over on land. And you're absolutely right. They were trying to hit the back scaffold with that cruise. Doesn't quite work out. And fortunately for LAG, like you mentioned, the nade usage has been great for them, and they got a little bit blessed because of the team kill that came through for Vegas. But is there enough to convince you that LAG can actually square up against this Vegas team now that all 4 players are here and gunning at an even level?
Oh, without question. We know the Guerrillas. We hear it all the time from all the different pro teams. When they are scrimming these guys, they are one of the best teams in the game. You just have to put it together at the right time. And it's no better time than with your back against the wall, down 2-1 in the series, to potentially go home. So now you're playing a Karachi HP. What we saw in map number 1 was them win a couple of rotations in the beginning, but then were too aggressive in certain situations, like challenging the old time and not setting up properly for the next. And versus a team like Vegas Legion, who are phenomenal when they put themselves in a setup, the best team at gaining time after a perfect hold, you have to make sure you're that team there early.
I agree. And the other side of things, you want to talk about LAG, they're pretty miserable as well, rotating and holding on this map, but because they've had so many break opportunities, they're actually holding one of the league's best break percentages on this map in particular. So it is, again, going to be very easy for us to focus on, because what's happening in the first 20 seconds of these hills, or maybe even 10 seconds before they open, because the rotation to hold percentages have to be better for both these two teams, and once more, that could be the difference maker in how this map fares by the end of it.
You know the hand warmers are going to be strapped. Adam Assault, making sure he's ready to go. But when this team usually has success, it's on the back of DiamondCon. He puts up a 1.29 in his last series. He's kind of been slowing down in this one. It's been all about fame. It's been all about Assault. But if he can step up and be the player that I expect him to be, I think he's the best player on the Guerrillas roster.
I agree.
They're going to be able to force a game 5.
And I think the thing about Connor, too, is the fact that he doesn't often have to be the guy.
Yeah.
And he kind of, in maps where he's not taking over, he's still putting together great numbers. It just hasn't been an electric or kind of star-studded fashion. He's just consistently putting up really even stat lines. So if you do get that extra little bit of pop-off, he 100% becomes an X factor for LAG.
I'm wondering like what Vegas's game plan is going to be on a map like Karachi.
Yeah.
Do we decide to contest P1 down to the T, or give that all again to the Guerrilla side, set up properly around that Cafe Hill? Because we know it was all about map number 1. It was blow for blow until the very end of the game, where Vegas Legion had to make more stuff happen on the map. We know the Guerrillas are a really tough team in HP, but the Vegas Legion have an opportunity to earn more CDL points going forward, getting a top 6 placing, and completely turning all the heads of the people who didn't have faith in this Vegas Legion squad.
Just is a very appropriate graphic to pull as well. You want to talk about when DiamondCon's an X factor. What numbers does he pull? How about that? 1.7 earlier versus LAT. Not needed to be in the hard point. So what will happen here? Like you mentioned, are we going to see the SMGs really start to light things up? Is that what Vegas tries to rely on? Or will we see early rotations from Purge, finding him easier eliminations, easier engagements? Only time will tell. As we get into a little American Ninja Warrior here for DiamondCon, just parkouring all over Karachi as he will lock things down on the right side. The rest of LAG take their focus over towards Vegas on Rumble.
Yeah, Vegas going to start off the better side, so they're going to start off with this initial P1 time, and you can already see Nero knows exactly what's going on. You're not going to hit me with a flank through red. I'm going to be able to soul all this time. That's now 3 dead in the feed, and this is where Vegas Legion can start to maneuver on the map. Standy was going to be the first player, but he does get cut down going for that deep pinch. Now the rest of his teammates just have to watch over this P1. They're doing a great job until now. Diamond and Estriel, they've combined for 2, and just got to make sure you take care of Purge so you win that rotation as well.
Oh, good first gunfight. He's given himself a little bit of time and space, but Fame will put to rest any threat on the stretch over towards P2. Team Nate unfortunately put Standy out of commission on the hard point, so we'll have a 23.7 rotation over towards red. Fame first one to make contact.
And this is where that whole percentage has to turn around. 11th on this map. You have to put yourself in a position to get these initial fights. Already a man down off the rotation. Assault does a great job of playing that nice little angle with that AR to take down Nero, but Vegas Legion are here. They're not allowing any points to go in favor of LAG.
Yeah, these threats of gunfights actually kept Assault from throwing initial trophy system, so Vegas will get it from the front. LAG still able to reinforce through Dumpster Alley, and now it's just a 50-50 scuffle over the hard point itself. Fame opens things up and turns it into a nice double, so there will be another break attempt here for LAG, but a lot of weak bodies means that LV still have a chance to 50-50 this hill.
And this is a perfect play right here from Vegas Legion, because you already have that rotation over towards next. You have players in a position to still contest this hill and not give it all up to the Guerrillas and get them back into this game. But as I say that, both those players drop, so the final 20 will go in favor of the Guerrillas. They're going to have a nice little lead, up by 10 points, but full rotation is going to be in favor of Vegas Legion. And even with the tap spawning out, he has a free pinch spawn, but the Guerrillas, they actually read it.
Yeah. Really good setup here. You just do not want to get caught from behind. If you can get Market into your name plus this little play from Fame up mid, there's a chance you can completely overwhelm the hard point, and just as it opens up, the kills come through perfectly for the Guerrillas. Still one player spawning close in Purge, but there's so much distress over the top of the hard point. Purge able to find the opener, trade it out. LAG not able to get into the hull for now, and Nero makes sure of that. Numbers now all of a sudden kind of flip-flopping as Vegas have a chance to re-break.
Yeah, it was back and forth, back and forth. Vegas Legion had the preferred side, but you allowed Fame to walk right up the middle of the map, but they do not get anything from that. Vegas Legion right back into the hill. Fully set up now. You know where the pressure's coming in from. Middle map and the junkyard side, which is half those strong, but we also have to start thinking about that rotation. There's only 25 seconds left, and Guerrillas are a step ahead.
Couple of finesse skills coming out for LAG, looking to contest this scrap time, but as everyone gets pushed aside, now the rotation focus becomes pretty much imminent for both teams. Attach able to clean things up. That will make sure the last 10 seconds get tallied to Vegas. So 70 plays 49 over towards this fountain hard point we go, and it's Standy through shops, actually further than that, to try to get things a little bit mixy for Legion.
And I love this play from Standy because you see all of the Guerrillas arrows. They're focused on the back end, watching the top plat hop up, watching the low ATM as well. But he actually doesn't go for a pitch. He's going to commit to the team fight with his team. Gets Fame one shot. Is anyone going to be there for the trade? No. They find him, but it's still more bodies and better positions for the Guerrillas. Clean three. Last player up is going to be Purge. Just got to play your life.
Does well. Trophy system comes down, so he's at least got shops to the name of Vegas. Hardpoint still in the name of LAG. Reinforcements from the front looking decent. Standy next one up. Does 30 HP. Has to kind of, again, wait. It's just so labored. It's so tedious to try to break through the hardpoint. And the SMGs for LAG continue to rip things apart. They reclaim the lead with 20 seconds still to fight.
And this is the play that I thought that Standy was going to make right off the rip. And he pops that dead silence to flank that red push. But now it puts Purge in a situation where we got to start thinking about next. He gets the first kill, but it's a trade back and forth. Now it turns into a one-on-one for this rotation. Standy spots him, goes for the kill on a diamond, and he finds it. So it's going to be Vegas Legion winning the rotation over towards next, but the Guerrillas are already here. They are in junkyard. Standy has to make something happen.
And you got a little bit of a pinch from Assault towards the opposite side, but he gets taken care of quickly. So now the only hit is coming from the front for LAG, and Vegas have read this perfectly. Astro the only one to get a kill, and he's quickly traded out. Vegas looking clean through the first 15 here on their final hill.
So far, starting off with a great initial time. No one's going to be pushed out towards red. They're just going to play this one on tight. Diamond Con, he stayed alive, and he finds the initial 2 kills. So Guerrillas find a break for now, but for how long? As Standy cuts down the third. Still Assault, the sole man in towards this point. We get this trade. This final 20 is yours.
And Assault is not in a comfortable enough position to get onto the hard point, so actually a lot of that goes to the game clock. Still no one in convincingly. Nero from behind. Last contested for Vegas, but the last 15 seconds is really just down to this 1v1. Assault able to take it, and with that, LAG will grow their lead as marginal as it is.
That was some crucial one-on-one wins right there from Assault. Finds 3 in towards the ticket. And now you lose that rotation over towards next. Standy trying to line it up again. Perfect read on the Diamond Con. Had a slow start in that control, but instantly answering back. 14 and 10 to start. Only 5 seconds to his name because he's the cutoff man, but it's Vegas Legion early setup on the second rotation to Hills.
And this spread around the hard point is going to feel very comfortable for Purge, who finds himself in the time because Attach has got him covered on one side, Nero's got him covered on the other. Vegas, a complete surround, a complete buffer here at Rubble. Now taking the lead and growing to one of the largest margins to this point. LAG trying to fight this through market side. 3 players coming through. Standy gets a read on a lot of that and just backs up to just try to help the hill.
That's all you got to do. Just get the info. All right, now I have your crossfire. So if they attack from the top, we will be able to cut them down. But they take down Standy. They find 3. And at the same time, Fame is the only guy off the rotation. He does take down 1, but now the reinforcements are here for Vegas Legion. Basically a tied game going back into the cafe.
Can Estriel find anything on this opening hit? Answer so far, no. Fame picks him up. Long route from Assault. And there is Nero has no idea. I mean, it's a mess. There's split spawns all over the place. This just comes down to who wins the individual gunfights. Assault on 4 in a row, really getting himself back into the game. And with, again, help from his teammates from Hotel side, he can get in and get some time for LAG.
Now Vegas Legion are in a situation where they need to find a break because that rotation is going to be free for the Guerrillas. It's already 3 dead. Last player up is Standy. Make it all 4. So what is their decision now? Do we decide to go for that rotation or do we decide to play for that junk time? It looks like everyone is committing towards the next hill. And this can come back to bite us. Because if you don't find these kills, you're going to still spawn the Guerrillas on the preferred side, but Attach starts it off with the first. Estriel, big play in front of him.
And Fame must not have seen how many players crossed for Vegas, because no one else from the hard point for LAG even made a semblance of a move over towards New. So Vegas are going to have numbers on rotation. Gunfights also following in their name. It's a large cushion here from LAG, but you put 60 seconds here for Vegas, we're back to level terms again.
And that's a perfect play, though, because it usually, if the gunfights don't go your way, you basically call game right there. But Vegas Legion off the rotation, commit everyone to the next hill, and now they are fully set up. Look at the spawns for the Guerrillas. It's about 10 seconds before they even get close towards the hill. So you see Fame just playing it slow towards red, while the rest of his teammates are trying to set up a pinch through chicken coop. Falls into the hands of Nero. He takes down one, Standy finds a second. That's now 3 dead. It all gets shut down.
Absolutely picture perfect for Vegas. Diamondcon keeps marketing control for LAG, but with 35 seconds on the clock, how much do you actually commit for this break attempt? It's going to be so difficult to come through. Diamondcon's pistol may have given the green light for LAG to hit this one last time. 25 seconds remaining. Purge, last one standing, gets the first cleanly. Now to the back doors. He's got the rifle in hand, but can't spam down Assault. And with that, LAG will confirm the break. Vegas doesn't want to let any more seconds go than they have to. And Attach coming back to the hard point, reclaims the scrap time.
That's a big couple of kills right there, because now you have already a couple players from Vegas Legion set up in towards the New. Purge finds the first. It's him and Nero trying to hold it down off the rotation. Finally, Nero, it's your time to make something happen. It's only one player from the Guerrillas in towards the bottom of the ATM. Everyone else spawning out towards red, so it's an all-out battle. Front line, back line, here we go.
Great damage from Nero, confirms his own trade with the Semtex, and then Attach mid-map. Makes sure that no one else in the Guerrillas can try to hit any sort of a pinch. So it all has to come from the front. Attach pushed aside. LAG's SMGs again doing a nice job here at Fountain as they completely reinforce, and you have to figure at least 2 subs are in hand for the Guerrillas.
And if you are Vegas Legion now, someone has to hit a route. We can't give a ball this time, but just trying to tunnel our way right through the bottom of the ATM. But if you're getting the kills, even better. They get 3. The last play you got to take down is Assault, and he's holding a deep angle all the way outside by the bus stop. This 20 could potentially be theirs. You got to be kind, you know, close this door a little bit. At least he attempts to. Attach does a great job of doing so. So the final 15 is going to go in favor of Vegas Legion, but the Guerrillas will be off the rotation early. Standy trying to cause mayhem over towards the junkyard side.
That double topside red opens things up a bit more for Vegas, trying to rotate quickly off this old time. Standy the only one here at junk at the moment. Going to get a little bit of assistance from Nero, who's gotten himself in towards top hotel. But in the meantime, LAG continuing to grow above the 200-point threshold. A break has to come, and it has to come quickly. Through the windows they go, but no, not enough success. LAG continue to hold.
Just more crossfire setup for the Guerrillas. More efficient on the trades. Spawning all of Vegas Legion towards Junkyard, but actually one player does get a pinch spawn and Attach. So if you win these gunfight from the front, all of the Guerrillas will spawn out. Last player is Assault. They take care of him, and another break comes in from Vegas Legion. We're not going to be tied. Still going to be about a 15-point deficit if the Vegas Legion walk away with this time, but we're in for another photo finish to end this game.
And LAG are committing to this last 15 seconds. Diamondcon cleans one up really quickly. So again, an extra bit of cushion here for LAG. They're going to have chances to win this game either at New, or if they can make it mixy enough, they could just default to rotating over to 2 and securing the game there.
And I thought Nero was actually going to jump down and contest bottom red, but he's actually going to play for a couple spawners. Spawning out towards the back of the 3-story. Soul finds the first, but this needs to be where Vegas Legion are on the point.
Man.
There it is. You get it clean, 3 dead. You are in control of the spawns, but actually they're all over the map. You have to be winning these next set of gunfights, and you don't know where they're coming from.
If Diamondcon could get up top towards top third, it would completely destroy this Vegas setup. But similarly said, Purge is cutting things off over towards top soda. No one can really fully get the challenge, but here comes the play. 217 to 236. LAG find the full 4-man feed, and now they're in trying to win the game.
It has to be the tax. Hopefully there's no trophies on that P1, but you see the Guerrillas, they're trying to push up. They're trying to cut them off, make deeper layers for this hill.
Gotta get them off.
Gotta get them off now.
Here comes the contest. They're gonna get there in just in the nick of time, but a team kill comes through. Assault able to find one, but it's not enough. Off to rotation. You've got 2 Guerrillas already set up a diner.
And now you have to find a break if you are Vegas Legion. Let's chalk up this time. I know it's 2 seconds, but they beat us there. Farewell to them. Guerrillas, they are here. They're trying to force game 5.
Got to get the kills from inside the hill, and no one's able to touch nor find the players existing. So how about it? LAG, couple of key decisions in that hard point. A lot of it over the scrap time of a couple of hard points. Gets them the little fractions amount of time that they need. Gets them a key win, and we're going to see this go all the way to 5 before we say farewell to one last team tonight.
The #1 breaking team on Karachi, and they show it time and time again on multiple HPs. We're talking about Vegas Legion rotating nice and early over towards P3. They get instantly broken, or at least keep that hill scrappy and not give them a full 60. But they absolutely dominated that Fountain Hill. I would have liked to see Vegas Legion just hit a couple different routes.
Sure.
I know you want to take top balcony control. I know you want to take bottom ATM. But if you are sending everyone on that side of the map, it's a lot easier for LAD to just pre-aim 2 different doorways and cut you guys down. I would have liked if Standy would have went for that 1 pinch on the first rotation, because it probably would have got a little bit more mixy. But the Guerrillas get it done. They force the game 5, and I'm Vegas Legion. I'm feeling it now.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it now. And I think the thing that's really impressive about this LAG team, and maybe what kind of throws a lot their direction, is their ability to put Fame onto a second sub without question and have him shred with it, in particular over Fountain, which you can kind of see that gap continue to be where they first made their comeback, 49 points going into it, 82 to exit. Then the second time around, another 20-point gap that they were able to build through that Fountain hard point.
They were just always staying ahead of the game. And then even when Vegas Legion found themselves winning those rotation gunfights, winning that junk time, and having early players in towards the next hill, they just didn't have the right bodies. They were losing those key gunfights. The Guerrillas came out on top in all those trade scenarios, and I don't know. Now we got a game 5. Finally, Alan. Jesus.
Well, we got a terminal search and destroy. There's a lot to be said about what happens. We've got one more map here for day number 2 in Boston. Do not go anywhere. We will say farewell to one of these 2 squads. Otherwise, the other will find themselves at least top 6. Terminal to decide when we come back.
The painted aBeZy bundle is available now in the Call of Duty store. Inspired by the folk art of Oaxaca, this stunning bundle offers colorful, vibrant, and mythical items you gotta check out.
Welcome back to Boston and welcome to a Map 5 affair to finish off day number 2. Vegas and Guerrillas locked into a good one. And Jay, I gotta ask the question, do you want the good news or the bad news spin on this Map 5?
You always gotta start with the bad news.
The bad news is it's a Map 5 in a reverse sweep situation that Legion has found themselves on the losing side twice. They're also our only team to be reverse swept.
Oh, that's not good. I told you, they're feeling it. They're feeling it, but at least for them, they have their bread and butter search and destroy to close it out. They're going up against the Guerrillas, who have been struggling in search and destroy all season long. And the good thing for them as well is that they have not played this map as this roster. So it's all about your game plan. It's not about countering the other team. You stay strong to what you are good at, and that is being the #1 defensive team on tournament.
And I think on top of that, we've seen a couple of really awesome plays from Standy on this map from the attacking side. So yes, there's a little bit of salt maybe possibly in the wound here, considering Vegas' track record in reverse sweep situations. But the easy, soft way of putting it is that, yes, like you said, this search and destroy has been great for them. Just comes down to, can you execute going up against an opponent that you don't really know? That's the only real question mark here as we load into map number 5.
And this is all about that ice, man. Win or go home. Top 6 places for one of these rosters. Guaranteed to play tomorrow. As we get into this game 5, I think the 2 players I really want to focus on are the guys who've been changed in the game for both of these teams. It's been Purge on the side of Vegas Legion, and on the opposite side, it's been Assault. He likes to be the island player on one side for the Guerrillas, and then Purge, he's always with his teammates. But if you are the Guerrillas, if I'm in their shoes, I would like to start on the offense because you have to set the tone early on your attacks.
Oh, it looks like just coming out of spawn, it will be Vegas on the offense. Standy not doing anything crazy as he's the bomb carrier with at least some idea to cross over this mid-windows position, make sure that nobody from LAG has also tried to get too frisky.
There's the hold right now from the Guerrillas. 2 players in towards the plane, 1 player watching over Skyz, and Attach trying to be the island player to ISO Assault. Cannot walk away with the gunfight, but he gets the info. Now it's an all-out conga line into the tournament.
It's a double hit, and Old Fame doesn't find anything. So needed to go at least 1 for 1. Estriel has a frag cooked up, doesn't connect for the kill. So Purge planting will get this down successfully, and now we're in a 3v2 post plant.
3v2, left up to Estriel and Assault. Assault working his way up through hallway, but Estriel gives his positioning up. Knowing that he was trying to apply that pressure up through cockpit, but he still finds the kill. Now it's instantly a 2v2.
And that's got to be a questioning moment from Nero. Attach was the one supposed to keep him safe. Now Attach finds himself in a little bit of trouble. So we got individual 1v1s on both sides, but LAG are coming back trying to take care of Attach here. This is taking so much time. Attach just finesses his life, but on the other side, Estriel wins the 1v1. Attach quickly, has to go, gotta run it. It doesn't even get here in time. Already halfway defused. Attach, do you get an angle at this? It does, and that is enough for the, bomb defused at the last second.
It's bomb defused, man. That's bomb defused right there from the Guerrillas. Assault and Estriel play it perfectly. The fact that Estriel was able to get that guy 1 shot through the cockpit, reposition himself to go for the flank, find that kill, and then it just turns to a 1-on-1 on both sides of the map. Estriel gets some great timing to win that 1-on-1 and instantly stick the defuse. Just in the nick of time. Attach, maybe if you're running a little bit of lightweight right there, you're able to get there, but that's the LAG standing strong on defense.
Doesn't get any closer than that, though. And now we've got LAG putting a lot of opening pressure over towards the jet bridge. Standy on the inside, goes prone, has Nero watching his back, but LAG haven't committed to actually hitting here. They have Estriel down low, and as Diamondcon finds first blood, now you can hit the plane from multiple points of ingress.
This is what I've been asking for this Guerrillas roster, a little bit of aggression on their attacking side. Diamondcon just instantly jumps out of mid-windows, finds the first blood, and now, if you are Vegas League, you just have to hold these crosses. Purge evens up the numbers, makes it a 3, makes it a 3v2, and he knows Diamondcon is still in that position. The rookie gets it done. 3 in the round. Now it's a 3v1 for Assault.
And they're going to know exactly where he's positioned. His attach will drop over towards the B side of the map. Bomb down. This would be a 1v3 for Assault. 33 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to move pretty quickly in this situation. The only bit of good news is he does have the ability to play off nades. Just comes down to, does he want to throw any to give his position away as the hit starts to come over from the front of plane?
Just a little bit more difficult because that bomb is going to be down on the bottom side of the plane. So you pick it up, and now you have to fully commit over towards this A site. And Plays right into the hands of Vegas Legion. Some bad timing. He still has an opportunity.
Oh, but Assault, I don't know if he maybe heard something from Purge or maybe got a call out or some sort, but Purge bails at almost the exact wrong time.
And that's just another round. We saw it all of Invasion.
Yeah.
They find the first blood on attack, and then everything else just collapse at that. You get that first kill. Now you're forcing all of Vegas Legion to back down. They know that you have bottom plane control. They know that you are pushed up in their base. Let's just everybody regroup, go back into the plane, play the trade, and get the bomb down. Just allow Purge to isolate 3 different players to secure that round. Vegas Legion standing strong on defense so far.
Just too cute, trying to find kills on rotation defensively, right? So here we go. 3 kills for Purge, still standing in a row. And how about this for Vegas? Trophy system down, all 4 members coming through. Stun does land before the trophy system gets fully utilized though, so that slows things up just a touch, and that actually gives information to the Guerrillas that we have to kind of back off B and play retake.
This is not easy to get done. To our Vegas Legion, let's try to commit to the bomb plan as fast as we can, but here come the tags. No trophy's gonna help around that bomb site, so you can't fully commit towards the bomb, but eventually Vegas Legion still in full control of this V site. You just have to work this plan.
And LAG are not biting at this. Finally, Standy will recommit to try to get the plant off. DiamondCon top AC gets a look at the exit, but did he see Nero down low? That's the real question. Estriel able to isolate. Good first blood, stays alive. DiamondCon follows up, just leaves Nero by himself, and he can only do one. Attach once again, similar position, just on the wrong side of the map. Bomb being defused. It feels like deja vu, but no drama here. Estriel finds the kill cleanly, and LAG take a defensive round again.
That's just perfect right there from the Guerrillas. No one is panicking. Even if the bomb gets planted, we have those tags to invest to at least get the positionings known. They start off with the first kill onto Standy. DiamondCon finds a second through top AC, and then even with attachment in the island player, finds that kill in the terminal, but he's nowhere near the site. Just hop the bomb, stick it again. And the Guerrillas respond. Back-to-back defenses for both squads.
It's gonna be one of those situations kind of just based on how we've seen these first 3 rounds. Will LAG continue to try to change that tempo up and get aggressive early? We kind of asked for it. We were clamoring for it on the invasion. It finally started to come through. This time it's a show of force towards B. The bomb is not a part of this play though, but Vegas are giving them a little bit of a workout. Try to fight this from top Eskis, but the nade lands, and that's enough for the bomb to start to rotate over to get this
You
planet
get another first blood now. You have full B bomb control in the man advantage. Sometimes on terminal, all it takes is one attacking round to secure the map. This can potentially be it, but they are not working this bomb plant just yet. Vegas Legion, they are perfectly set up around the repositioning just in case they try to get this bomb down.
Andy can watch the cross. Nero pops out, finds the first. Help from Purge, but doesn't find the kill. Just left to Standy, and they can't quite double down. So there we go. It's been tough offensively for the Guerrillas, but a key round there to put them up 3-1.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there, to be all out aggressive up through the Eskis, get the first blood with the nade, and then just play it slow. You keep everyone with their gun up. You don't catch anyone off guard putting that bomb down. They wait for that push to come in for Vegas Legion, because it was any moment, and they were fully set up to watch all those crossfires and find all those kills. So now that's 2 rounds in a row. The Guerrillas secure an attacking round, back to the defensive side.
Gotta find some ice if you're Vegas as well. Just have to have it. Can they do something here on this offense to get us level, or at least closer to it, very quickly on? And how about this route from Estriel? He is already deep over towards Jet Bridge side. DiamondCon tosses a nade as he gives up the position over towards top AC, but for LAG, this defense is all circling on what does Estriel want to do from here?
Estriel's right now, I'm pretty sure he's low plane, so he's watching the cross in towards terminal. They have a crossfire set up between him and Fame, so Vegas Legion is trying to find the setup of what they are doing. Get a couple shots down onto Assault, give them the reposition from bottom Eskis, but him and DC, they've been holding down that Eskis area.
Giving a lot of space, but not giving away anything around the bomb site or LAG's defensive setup. Play has to start to develop. 43 seconds on the clock. Maybe a little bit of doubt starting to creep into the LAG setup as Estriel will back up over towards the B site. Couple of tags towards Standy's direction at Library, but this smoke has to be the go call on what they use to try to hit one of these 2 sites.
And at least an arrow getting picked all the way across the map, and now there's only 25 seconds to work with. We have to see some commitment from the Vegas Legion. It looks like it's going to be over towards the plane. Fame gets the call. Now Fame is going to be ready for these fights.
DiamondCon helps him out on the cross. Now on the turn, Fame still in a great position as the bomb starts to get committed. Just comes down to the timing here. The bomb, they're going to let the body planted. Fame from the backside though, doubles them up, little collapse. Now 4 in a row for FaZe after the 0-3 start, and the bigger news here for LAG, a wide margin here, 4-1 up with about 5.
So they've been struggling to search and destroy all season. Why the hell have we not been playing Terminal?
Dude, I'm saying.
They're putting it together at the right time, and I think right there in that final situation, FaZe is probably playing for more XP, you know? Sure. He lets the bomb go down, then he finds the final 2 kills. He knew where the pressure was coming in, but he gets the job done. That's now 3 in a row for the Guerrillas. And if you are Vegas Legion, you have been in this position before. You have been up 2-0. You went to a game 5 where you usually try to ice up, but now you are in the grips of potentially getting reverse swept for the 3rd time this season. Guerrillas trying to continue it on.
2-2 split here for Vegas. Similar idea for LAG. Show of force over towards B, but the bomb is not a part of the play. And once more, Vegas giving them a little bit of a workout. This time, not as much so. They do not give away the first blood. Everyone stays healthy. Now it just comes down to what is this play supposed to look like for LAG with the bomb still on the A side of the map?
Yeah, I don't know what the play call is. Island player watching the deep pinch. You can't even work the bomb site, and now that you have B site control, at least Extra works his way towards top 3, but there's 2 players here. They're trying to isolate him, and gets away with his life. Big play right there from Extra to get all the information for his team.
How does he manage to do that? Salt gets tagged by a nade, still stays alive off the regen. Bomb starts to make its way back over as LAG, I'm sure, are feeling really antsy about the longer they stay here at top Eskies. And what? Team nade on the Fame? I don't even know how that happens.
Okay. Well, Esther at least makes up for it. Makes it a 2v2 through the top gunfight. And now that bomb goes down. DC and Assault standing in Purge on the other end. This is a must-win round for Vegas Legion.
We're going to get 2 1v1s. Diamond Con through Library. Whoa! Headshot on the standee. Purge on the other side does something similar. Trophy down. 1v1 with Diamond Con, who does have to check. Just comes down to just Purge play this correctly. Diamond Con first shots are in, and he will not miss the follow-up. It's a 5-1 tally. Vegas about to potentially be reverse swept the 3rd time on the year.
Diamond Con said, I'm sorry, Fame. I'm sorry I had the team major, but I will make up for it here. 2 one-on-one gunfights. 1 towards Library, 1 on the site in the final moments. That's now 4 rounds in a row. See the crowd, all about those hand warmers. Mr. Adam Assault, Mr. World Champion, 1 round away from securing the top 6.
What do you call up here if you're Vegas needing to win 5 rounds in a row? Nothing has worked out really to this point at all outside of their opening round. Diamond Con, similar position over towards AC. Bomb making its way over towards the jet bridge. Estriel still looking for this cross, just counting pixels at this point.
They're just setting up for multiple crossfires.
Yeah.
If they cross in front of them, they will be at least a little bit hurt. It potentially sets up Fame to put down a couple shots with that MCW, but it's a conga line. Everyone through the terminal. Here goes that push.
But they back out. Fame doesn't bait towards this though. He's just holding it, waiting. Stun doesn't get all the way into the tail. All Fame's position is so critical. He takes off the bomb carrier. Diamond Con following up, and now Estriel makes his move.
2v3. It's Hats and Purge. Let's try to make something happen. That bomb's going to be down in towards plane. It's not going to be easy, but Attach trying to find a pick through the middle library.
Someone's got to connect. Problem is, LAG know where this bomb should be. Purge seen on this collection. Has a little bit of space to possibly get the plant. Diamond Con does confirm that, yep, he's back over towards the bomb site, just down to Attach. He's got 1-1v3 on the day, but this one would be a miracle. Attach just trying to find contact, but Estriel catches it by surprise. So not once, not twice, but 3 times on the year. Legion will get reverse swept, but this one hurts more than the others as they exit top 8 on the weekend.
That's so tough, man. That's so tough. If you're Vegas Legion, you get it done in the last series, basically playing 3v4. You get a better performance this time around out of your young rookie. You go up 2-0. You get a lot of favorable maps on your side, but that control was the game changer. Back and forth game. It's just really difficult because you're going up against the Guerrillas. The auto veto right now for Vegas Legion was that Karachi. They have no problem playing Invasion, and they have no problem playing the opposite map as well. But when you play high rise, you allow the Guerrillas to start warming up those guns. They take that map. They win a couple rotations in map number 4, and then when you get to this game 5, Just you with the unknown factor of what the Guerrillas were going to be able to do. They secured the defenses, but they walked away with multiple attacking rounds with all-out pressure towards the top Eskies. That one's got to sing if you are Vegas Legion. One step away from getting a top 6, but the Guerrillas, they fight on back. Them hand warmers are treating them nice.
First blood conversion rate also much better here for LAG.